On the fourth day, the wind died and the fire was finally contained. London was a wasteland, thousands homeless, the city unrecognizable. Yet, from the ashes, hope emerged. King Charles II and architect Christopher Wren saw a chance to rebuild. Plans for wider streets and safer buildings took shape. The Rebuilding Act required new houses to be made of brick or stone. The fire swept away the old city, making way for a modern London. St. Paul's Cathedral would rise again, a symbol of rebirth. The spirit of Londoners endured from ruin. They would build a safer, brighter future. News of the disaster reached King Charles II, who rode into the city and took command. He ordered soldiers to pull down houses, creating fire breaks, no matter the cost. Samuel Pepys delivered urgent news to the king, who gave the order, spare no houses. Soldiers and volunteers tore down buildings using ropes, hooks, and even gunpowder. The fire raged on, embers leaping over fire breaks, starting new blazes. For 3 days, London was a war zone. Fire the enemy, survival the only goal. Explosions echoed as gunpowder was used to demolish buildings faster. The Royal Exchange and prisons fell, social order collapsing. People huddled in fields, watching their city burn. The fire destroyed not just buildings, but a way of life. London was reduced to smoldering ruins. All that mattered was survival. By dawn, the fire was unstoppable. The wind whipped flames through London's crowded streets, devouring homes and businesses. People fought the blaze with buckets of water, hopeless against the inferno. City watchman Hobb tried to organize fire breaks, but desperate homeowners resisted. Samuel Pepys, awakened by the chaos, saw the city burning and rushed to save his own treasures. The fire melted the lead roof of St. Paul's Cathedral, sending molten rivers into the streets. The great cathedral collapsed, a symbol of London's devastation. Families fled with what little they could carry, their lives reduced to a single bundle. The city was in its death throes, choked by smoke and fear. The fire showed no mercy, consuming everything in its path. Londoners could only watch as their world turned to ash. In the dead of night, September 2nd, 1666, London slept unaware of the disaster about to unfold. In Thomas Farriner's bakery on Pudding Lane, a single ember was left smoldering. That tiny spark ignited a fire that would change the city forever. Anne, the baker's daughter, woke to the smell of smoke and roused her family. Flames blocked their escape. They scrambled onto the roof next door, barely escaping with their lives. The family's maid, too frightened to jump, became the fire's first victim. The bakery was quickly consumed, flames leaping to neighboring houses. The narrow lane funneled the fire, feeding it with dry timber and flour. The wind picked up, turning a small blaze into a raging inferno. The fire spread west, deeper into the heart of London. From the rooftops, the Farriners watched their home and their city begin to burn. The flames jumped to a hay store, igniting it in a burst of heat and light. The wind, now a fierce ally to the fire, pushed the blaze onward. London, built of wood and pitch, was a tinderbox. The Great Fire of London had begun its terrible march. In moments, a single ember had become a citywide threat. The city's fate was sealed by a simple mistake. London would never be the same.
The streets are cold, the air is thick. A shadow falls, the clock won't tick. The river runs but holds its breath. A city whispers tales of death. But listen close, there's more to hear. A hidden fight beneath the field. London's burning bright tonight. Ashes dancing golden light. Secrets rising through the haze. This is London, this is Ablaze. The call